This is Sharon Dixon Wall, bringing you the third in a series of videos on the Norman Howard School's international outreach. Structure is the first of the three organizing principles we are using to explore Norman Howard's success as a welcoming, holistic learning environment. In this video, we will ask, what are the key ingredients underpinning their framework for success? Vision. Norman Howard's vision rests on a set of 5 bedrock principles. First, that it should be a student-centered learning environment rather than curriculum-centered or teacher-centered. Second, that every student possesses a unique combination of strengths and challenges, which should be holistically embraced. Third, that their social and emotional development is as important to their self-actualization as their academic achievements. Fourth, that students learn best when they feel socially and emotionally safe and comfortable. Limiting the number of students per classroom is vital to achieving that end. Fifth, that students are empowered when they understand how they learn and when they have learned how to manage their learning challenges. Attitude. Attitude matters. The attitude of Norman Howard educators has been described as inspiring. They are the motivators, the confidence builders, and the passionate advocates of their students.
I would say the staff who works here truly cares about the students and gives them the educational life that they should have.
Yeah.
So we have these admission open houses, and we have kids come up and they're sort of ambassadors for the school, and they're not prepped at all. And they will talk about the difference between the school they used to go to and this school. And they talk about how wonderful their teachers are. And they feel that finally teachers get them. And you know, that they can ask anything, they can ask for help, they can admit they don't understand, and and they finally feel like, ooh, I'm in a place where there are other kids like me. You know, they used to feel that they were the only ones.
So tell me about teaching science in Norman Howard School.
So I love it. I know you guys took a peek at my classroom. I have lots of animals in there. I taught middle school science in a general education setting first.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had 125 kids, and it was just the content the whole time.
Yeah.
Teaching here, I really enjoy it because I have the smaller classes, so it's 12 is my maximum with a teacher assistant in the classroom, and I have had smallest classes as 3 kids in the class. They're very comfortable in the smaller setting to speak up to be able to ask, can you repeat that direction? Can you go over that again? Where, like I said, I've taught gen ed where they wouldn't be able to do that. They would just either sit quietly or act out behaviorally. But in my setting, everyone's respected. Everyone's going to have a chance. Everyone has a voice, so everyone gets to be heard.
What I notice about teaching children with learning disabilities, learning challenges, is that many of them have compensated in visual ways or kinesthetic ways to deal with their learning challenges if they're dealing with, like reading and writing, language. And when they understand that there's another language out there for them to express themselves and show their intelligence, it's like a really powerful thing for them. Because my classes are small, I can talk to them one-on-one and find out where they are and what they're interested in. My goal is for them to trust themselves, trust their ideas, because a lot of times that's a real problem. Being able to trust that they'll come up with an idea, trust the times when they're not liking their art, that they'll get through it, keep working through it, and trust the times they don't know where they're going with their art, and that trusting that the time of like ambiguity is important. Being in a place where you don't know what you're doing, that's okay. You can still continue with it. You don't have to know all the time what you're doing. Let it lead you. And it doesn't really matter what their art looks like, but when they get to the point where they understand their own process and they're willing and they trust it, and they trust those ups and downs, they are like co-teachers, because the other students will really listen to them. And that's really I feel such joy when I hear the collaboration and the peer teaching and the encouragement that they give each other, and how they own it for themselves. And I know that they're going to take that into other realms of their life, and that's just a wonderful thing.
We are a team. Everyone at Norman Howard understands that they are part of the Norman Howard team, and every student has their own school team, which they can turn to for support and encouragement. It includes their teachers, the Norman Howard students who have become their friends, and, most importantly, their faculty advisor. In 12th grade, it will also include their transition advisor.
I think a really important piece of the Norman Howard School is that every student has a faculty advisor. So they start the day with their faculty advisor, they end their day with their faculty advisor, and they also have their faculty advisor during the school day. And that person is like a conduit between home and school. They know the student, they advocate for the student, they are in communication with the parents. So there's a connection. And we communicate with families as much as parents feel is necessary. The faculty advisor also oversees how well the student is doing in terms of grades, in terms of, getting homework done, all of those kinds of things. And then all of our students have, because they have learning disabilities, we work with home districts or our district of location in terms of having an individualized educational program set up. So every year there is what is called the annual review, where we look at students' goals in terms of foundational skills, and we look at progress on their goals, and we look at their current levels of performance. So the faculty advisor is always at that meeting. He or she represents the student and talks with how the student is doing in terms of making progress regarding their individual educational goals.
Did you say the parents were at that meeting?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Parents, district, Norman Howard School.
Okay.
A really important piece is we have our students go to those meetings, because we feel it's really important that the home school district sees the student as a person, not as a pile of papers.
Yeah.
We also have a transition counselor on staff, and she works with students and families to figure out opportunities after high school. So it might be getting connected to an agency within the community, it might be about college, it might be about work opportunities, but we don't stop after 12th grade. We really look at how can we help students to be successful post-graduation. And we also find that for many of our students, when they were in, let's say, public schools or larger educational settings, they never really felt that connection. They were there, but they were on the periphery.
Yeah.
They come to Norman Howard School, they have their advisor, they have a group of friends who also struggle with learning, and we have so many after-school activities they can join. They can be in the student council, they can be in the drama club, they can be in the photography club, they can be in yearbook, they can be in the science club or an art club. For the first time in their lives, they really feel like they're part of a school, that they have a school. And I think that is very key to
I think so
their
too.
success.
A welcoming, holistic learning environment is a happy place. It's a place where students can shed the school-related anxieties which have haunted them from the beginning of their educational life, where they can begin to trust that the people around them will celebrate their individuality, where students can form strong bonds and lasting friendships with one another, where every student is free to widely explore themselves and their interests in their quest for self-discovery, where the infectious spirit of their inspired teachers encourages them to look for and find new horizons, where students can gain mastery over the stumbling blocks which have in the past impeded their educational progress and muddled their relationships with others, where students can safely explore the wider world around them, where students can engage in challenges never dreamed of before, and where students can honestly say, "I finally found a place where I truly belong."